There are approximately 8 billion people scattered all around the world, and no two people can be identical. This is because you, yes, you, have your own unique identity, which can never be replicated by anyone, governing everything ranging from your personality to your preferences and beliefs. You are your identity in physical form, and for that reason, it is important for you to have a healthy identity that is aligned with your mind and that gives you a purpose in life. It is not as important for your identity to please those that interact with it as it is for you to rejoice in your identity, because an identity conforming to everyone would come at the cost of individuality, which is key for a sane and healthy mind. While we're on the topic, how can other people affect your identity? Firstly, it is important to realize that humans are like a canvas, constantly being painted on by their environment. If you allow a corrupt environment, or even one that is honest but doesn't line up with your beliefs, to leave its mark on your identity, the result will not be a work of art. It will instead be an utter disaster. If you are not comfortable with your environment, then there is nothing stopping you from simply turning the other way and allowing another environment that better reflects who you are to try and salvage the mess of a canvas that was left behind. However, that is far from the easiest thing to do. An environment is the culmination of all places, people, and circumstances that you interact with in your daily life. And some of these, such as workplace, family, and friends, are extremely difficult to leave behind. I believe that no matter how hard it may be to leave a toxic environment, you should break away before you are broken instead. Let me ask you all a question. Have you ever been pressured into doing something you didn't want to by someone close to you? Stand up if you have, and please don't be shy about it. It's a very common thing. And I assume most, if not all of you that have felt this, felt as if you were being wronged for the sake of another, or as if your identity was being suppressed. Is that not so? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the clearest examples of your identity being molded by your environment, more specifically by the people that make up said environment. That person forced you to commit an act because it aligned with their beliefs, completely ignorant to the fact that they were suppressing your identity in the process. I think this is an idea that no fancy words can completely get across, so strap in for a little story. Imagine going out with your friend. We'll call him Daniel. It's 2 o'clock and you're craving some Mexican food because you're Mexican and frankly, Mexican food is really, really good. Unfortunately, Daniel over here is not in the mood for Mexican food, instead drags you to a pizza shop. While this is a rather trivial example, the idea that your identity was suppressed and hidden away because someone felt letting the real you out would be too inconvenient for them still stands. Research published in the Pakistan Journal for Psychological Research reveals a correlation between complete identity formation and mental well-being. But how are you supposed to achieve that when you're making the satisfaction of others your priority? Furthermore, not everyone feels giving in to peer pressure is such a bad thing. In some cases, one might blindly do whatever is asked of them in a desperate attempt to fit in. Because frankly, I've never met anyone who enjoys being isolated, and I doubt any of you ladies and gentlemen have either. For that reason, it might seem like the smart thing, although it is not. I am someone who despises bullying, in part due to having experienced it during my young and vulnerable years. However, I do have to admit that whenever my friends crack a joke about someone, I can't help but feel obliged to join in part because I am afraid of being left out, and yes, I do feel awful about it oftentimes. Naturally, creating a new identity in order to fit in is not going to work out, because on top of you finding life under this new identity to be miserable, burying your true identity under a mound of lies and a fake identity is a hurtful idea that is never, ever going to work out in the long term. I have had to drift apart from a few friends in my time, and yes, I won't deny that it felt awfully sad in the moment, but today I can confidently say that I did the right thing. Oh, but if I don't do what he says, he'll stop being my friend, is something some of you have probably said to yourselves one too many times. No one has the right to hide you and replace you with another person. And if anyone were to ever try it, simply turn the other way and surround yourself with people who value you for your unique identity. No matter how much it may hurt to leave that friend or to disappoint your parents, you should do it. Social pressure exerted by our environment is greater than we realize, and you are the only one who is able to save your identity from whatever social pressure is being exerted upon it before it is too late. But to what end? What's in it for me after I leave everything behind? Some of you might be asking yourselves this question. Well, leaving the source of pressure upon your identity is not the final step. Instead, it is the journey that follows the departure. As the overused saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is an identity. Just don't worry about what others might think and embrace what makes you truly you. In the end, what genuinely makes you distinguishable is being open and revealing what makes you unique. Listen to your inner voice, regardless of what random, fleeting voices might say. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you reframe the concept of conformity coming first. It is a complete lie. Conformity does not come first. Your unique identity does. Thank you so much to all of you, and I hope you can come out of this talk today a little bit more you.